You and your family may be victims of toxic water poisoning. You could be awarded financial compensation, but you must act now. Call 877-560-8555 for your free case review or visit sickpets.com. That's sickpets.com. Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
News that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news, 106.9 and AM 740, KCBS.
Coming up this half hour, segregation is still alive and well in the Bay Area.
I'm Chris Carlo. The tide of inflation has been rising for some communities faster than others. I'll tell you who most.
And millions of dollars could come to 2 Ohio communities to help battle the opioid crisis. It's 331.
CBS News Brief. South Texas is ready for major storms. John Cangelosi is the hurricane specialist at the National Hurricane Center.
Expecting that full envelope of showers and thunderstorms inland or northeastern Mexico spread across South Texas. That's all going to happen late today through the evening hours today on Saturday and into tonight.
There's international alarm over shelling around a Ukrainian nuclear plant. National security expert Joe Cirancione.
There are multiple paths where this facility could to an unprecedented nuclear catastrophe.
Developments in the Trump case, as Dana Jacobson reports.
CBS News has learned that former
team is planning to ask the Florida judge to appoint an intermediary to review the government's documents that were seized by the FBI at Trump's Florida state. Many of those documents were top secret. CBS News Brief, I'm Wendy Gillette.
332 now at KCBS of the Bay Area. Many will say you typically don't think of the word segregation. And as KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports, that's exactly what's happening in several local neighborhoods.
According to a report from the nonprofit Bay Area Equity Atlas, the Bay Area is fairly segregated.
we did this study to understand the area, not only in terms of race and ethnicity, but also income.
Abby Langston is the director of equitable economy at PolicyLink. She says 1 in 10 Bay Area neighborhoods are segregated.
First of all, I want to say that it is widespread. So in 7 of the 9 counties in the Bay Area, there were these areas of segregation, particularly concentrated in San Francisco, Contra Costa, and San Mateo County.
So what can we learn from this report?
I think the takeaway is that in a very wealthy region, there's a lot of opportunity, there are a lot of resources here, but they are, not everyone has access to them.
And she says knowing that can help change policy. Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
A poll is showing just how differently Americans are feeling the effects of inflation. KCBS's Chris Carlo reports there is clear racial divide and economic distress created by rising prices.
The poll from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is this.
Native American families have, for example, trouble getting access to lending or have serious trouble paying for their credit card, serious problems with affordable food or serious problems with parent mortgage.
Gary Cunningham is the president and CEO of Prosperity Now.
All of this is disproportional.
The poll shows that 69% of Native American households report inflation creating serious financial 58% and 56% for Latinos, compared with just 44% for whites. Cunningham says the pandemic and then inflation have highlighted economic fault lines.
It's not like it just sprung up out of nowhere.
This is an opportunity to make bold policy choices to attack the root of inequality.
Like the child care tax credits that really lifted millions of children out of poverty.
But Congress hasn't reauthorized the credit. Chris Carlo, KCBS.
Longtime intelligence official who has worked at the CIA and White House weighing in on the controversy surrounding the papers the FBI seized from former President Trump's Florida resort. Here's KCBS's Eric Thomas.
After 30 years in the spy business, Larry Pfeiffer now runs the Hayden Center on Intelligence at George Mason University. He says it was shocking to find out that classified documents were being kept at Mar-a-Lago.
It's a resort, for goodness sakes, man. This is a place where people can come in and walk around, where foreigners can come in and walk around.
It's been nearly 2 weeks now since FBI agents served a search warrant at the resort and came away with boxes that included top-secret papers.
A highly trained intelligence officer from a foreign intelligence service could potentially have, gotten into these rooms when others were not observing them and, read materials, spirited material away, photographed materials.
The former president now claims that some of the documents are covered under attorney-client privilege, and he wants a special master or neutral third papers to decide which could be returned to him. A judge would have to appoint the special master. Eric Thomas, KCBS.
3:35 at KCBS. I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. Many apps and devices are encrypted, which means that no one other than the intended parties can view your messages. Even the company that made the product usually can't access the data and turn it over to authorities, even with a court order. That might seem like law, and yes, criminals do use encrypted devices, but it can be a life-saving feature for human rights advocates and others who have an extremely compelling reason to keep their messages private. It also enables organizations and companies to increase their security when passing along information that could be misused by competitors or hackers. Some in law enforcement, anti-terrorism, and child protection worry a lot about encryption, but encryption also protects the privacy of law-abiding users. More at connectsafety.org/report. I'm Larry Magid for CBS News. This summer is the perfect time to hit the open road in a new Chevy. Find exciting new possibilities, new perspectives, and new ways to have fun in the sun. With its impressive towing capability, Chevy Silverado is open to taking the boat out and making some waves. With its off-road capabilities and an EPA estimated 33 miles per gallon highway, Chevy Trailblazer is open to new points of view. 31 miles per gallon highway, Chevy Equinox is open to weekend getaways with confidence in every drive. Start a summer of adventure and see how a new Chevy can help you go a little farther. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. 2022 Chevy Trailblazer front-wheel drive, EPA estimated 29 miles per gallon city, 33 highway with 1.3-liter engine. 2022 Chevy Equinox front-wheel drive, EPA estimated 26 miles per gallon city, 31 highway with 1.5-liter engine.
Hey guys, if you had a problem with your plumbing, would you wait 6 years to have it fixed? If your car's engine started to misfire, would you drive it that way for 6 years, or would you have an expert fix the problem? The average man waits 6 years to see a doctor about ED, impotence, or low testosterone. Male Medical, they've helped thousands of men in the Bay Area, and they can help you too. But don't take my word for it. Here's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Male Medical.
We have helped thousands of patients with acoustic wave therapy, which increases blood flow, breaks the microplaque, and improves. We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T.
Get your first visit, PSA and testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of follow-up visits for just $99. Learn more at PrimeMaleMedical.com or call 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037.
CBS News Time, 3:38. We are first for traffic and Shane Guinness.
The rider is doing, but right at the moment, all lanes blocked, 17 northbound. You're looking at about a mile and a half backup because of this crash on the northbound. This is going to be in the Gilroy area. Highway 152, also known as Hector Pass Highway. Got a tree that fell down. All westbound lanes are blocked. This is going to be just after Watsonville Road. So they have went ahead and started the CMS signs. If you have to drive through the area, I suggest you do not, because you're not going to be able to get past Watsonville Road at this time. The next update is at 3:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, thank you, Shane. Forecast like we will have some clouds and fog back in tonight. Lows in 50s and 60s. Tomorrow, nice. Cool on Monday. The heat will return. We'll be looking at 80s and upper 90s, maybe a little hotter than that in the North Bay and the East Bay. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on KCBS.
code who has not attended the opera in the past 3 years. San Francisco Opera's 100th anniversary season. SFopera.com/opera for the Bay to claim your tickets. You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pets? Will it be ingredients you can't pronounce? Ew. Or essential oils? Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo uses essential oils, which attacks bugs' biological system. So Zevo kills bugs, plus is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly. Bug deadly. Now at a store near you.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our sleep is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, the temperature balances to stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the sign. All you have to do is wait. Don't miss our weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus free delivery with new entertainment. And Monday. To learn more, KCBS News Time 3:41. The strike by several thousand mental health care workers against Kaiser Permanente expected to continue into next week. Strikers took to picket lines on Monday in the street where time workers are given to coordinate care between clinicians and families. The union wants 9 hours per week of paperwork and meetings. Kaiser offering 7.2 hours. Following these could soon see hundreds of millions of dollars flow in to help them recover from the opioid epidemic. KCBS's Keith McConey. Similar victories against other companies involved in the opioid industry in recent years, but corporate payouts didn't feel true accountability remains elusive.
There hasn't really been consequences for their actions.
Washington Post investigative journalist Scott Hyam.
Yes, they paid out a lot of money, but it's like the cost of doing business, according to the DEA.
Hyam has written a new book that documents the extreme lengths that many companies went to keep the lucrative supply of pain pills flowing, even during the height of the opioid crisis. Now, with the news of this, he says the money
is going to help a lot of these communities. It's going to go to drug rehab. It's going to go helping addicted babies. It's going to help these hospitals and paramedics. But is the behavior of corporate America going to change? And that's a huge question.
Keith McConey, KCBS.
And finally, for more on this conversation on the opioid crisis and why it was allowed to become so deadly. Weeks in depth, we'll hear that tomorrow morning at 8:30 and again tomorrow evening at 8:30. High hopes for the 49ers and their new-ish quarterback. We'll have more on that with Ted coming up in less than 2 minutes on KCBS.
Replacing your windows and doors can be life-changing, inspiring you to live a healthy, happy life. And it's never been easier. Marvin Windows and Doors bring in daylight, blending the indoors with the outdoors, so you're always connected to nature. They're designed for a firing range of options to create the look you want and the lasting quality you need. Independent Marvin dealer will give you straight answers and advice about window and door replacement. Our Marvin specialists help you plan your project and select the right products for your needs. You'll always know what you're getting with a detailed proposal to make the whole process easier. If you're ready to transform your space with windows and doors you love, schedule your free consultation to replacementmadeeasy.com. That's replacementmadeeasy.com. They've committed some terrible crimes.
Daughter of John Doe.
And now they are learning what it really means to apologize.
For being responsible of the death of your father, I am deeply sorry.
And KCBS reporter Kathy Novak join me all next week inside Soledad State Prison, starting Monday right here on the Bay Area's #1 news station, KCBS, and streaming live on the Odyssey app.
California's wildfires continue to clear away trees, brush, and vegetation from within 100 feet of your home to protect yourself and your community. Do your part. Be prepared for wildfire. Learn how from CAL FIRE at readyforwildfire.org. Coming up on KCBS.
I know, it's workers want employers want them back in the office.